Let's take a quick look at this new Gshock square that I just picked up. Of course, I have my current obsession with the Gshock squares. I picked this one up on eBay for I think, a reasonable price, and I'll cover that in a minute because there's a little bit more to the story. Ended up kind of, talking a little bit and making a little bit of friends with the previous owner too. Turns out Mr. Zachery is in the U.S. military, so it's very fitting, and thanks Zach for serving our country. First of all, I really appreciate that, and it's also, this is the type of watch, at least the guys that I know that are in the military, it seems like this is realistically this is the watch that a lot of them end up wearing, is like a really tough G-Shock, something of that nature. So, and I think Zachary's the same way. He is a watch guy, but he definitely likes his G-Shock squares. I'm pretty sure he has more of them. So, and thankfully he was willing to let this one go. So big thanks. This is a 30th anniversary. So G-Shock came out in 1983, and it was a square. So this was kind of like a throwback, anniversary model. This was part of Project Team Tough. They did sell these in a set where it came with actually one of those G-Mans and another watch, but this one was bought solo, and it came in that 30th anniversary box. So this has rose gold buttons on it. That is way different. And then it also has the screw case back with the 30 G-Shock on the case back. So this has the 3421 movement, and this is the DW5030C, and this has the all metal case, of course, which comes with that design. Also, the previous owner put this combination bracelet on it, and this is from that all blacked out 5610. I forget the full number on that. From what I remember reading on the forums, it's very tricky to get this bracelet on this case. It's not as easy as the standard G-Shock squares. So I got to talk about one of my big attractions that I wanted, and G-Shock or Casio G-Shock makes a couple of other versions, and maybe I'll purchase those eventually. But see that like almost brick pattern on there? Looks like a brick wall. For some reason, that just reminds me of, my childhood and like Super Mario Brothers and like arcade games, that sort of thing. Even with that Project Team Tough on there in pink, I know it's written on there perfect, but to me, it almost looks like, graffiti spray painted on that brick wall. I don't know. It's just, this whole watch is just so cool to me, and I'm really enjoying wearing it. And it's only... So it is quite a bit heavier than, say, like a standard square, okay? And I think that feels like it's more robust and more quality oriented. It's slightly thicker too, as you can see. That case back is a little thicker. I think it adds somewhere around 3 or 4 millimeter to the overall thickness versus the majority of the squares. So it's not super bad. It balances out really nice on the combi bracelet, just like most of these do. I would, just soon put a combi on every G-Shock square I have. But some of them really do belong on the strap, and I'll cover that in a future video. So here's the hang tag. There's the original suggested retail. I did pay more than that. They haven't made these. This came out in, 2013, I guess, if it's a 30-year anniversary of 1983. So here's the stock strap. And it also has the rose gold keeper on there with since 1983 and the 3 stars signifying 1 star per decade. So that's 30 years, okay? And it has a nice black made in China piece there. And then the strap isn't as soft as that 5000 series one, the newer one that I purchased. It feels, I guess, really similar to the economy one, the one that comes on these stock ones. And I'm sure it would fit right on there, okay, like that. So I'm guessing it's probably the same thing with just a blacked out piece here and then the nicer keeper. But the way Zachery set it up on this combi is, it's perfect. It feels great on wrist. So there's a quick look at it. As you guys can see in the background there, I have went Gshock crazy. These things are super fun to collect. Super nice to wear. Just feels great on wrist. Very simple operation of the buckle on these. So I know there's some of these floating out there. They also did a 25th anniversary one. That's a 5025. Those I think were quite a bit more limited and more difficult to find. These 30th anniversary ones, there's still some out there if you look on eBay and probably some of the forums. I think it's a great way to get into one. So let's talk about the cost. Pretty sure I paid $280. I think, I could be wrong, this is obviously August 6th, 2017. I think the watch itself, and this one's like perfect condition, so I'm not even sure if Zach wore it or not, but I'm guessing from what I'm seeing, the watch itself in the packaging is worth about $240-ish. Somewhere around there. I could be wrong. You have to look on eBay because unfortunately that's where you're going to have to purchase most of them. But taking into account that it came with the combi bracelet and it has the extra links too. The combi bracelet, you're going to look at, you either have to buy the entire watch and take the bracelet, or there's a couple listed on eBay right now for $150 with buy it now. If you're patient and you watch on eBay, like I just purchased one for $70 shipped. So at $280, I think I scored a really good deal. So again, big thanks to Zach for hooking me up with this. I think I scored a good deal. And he was easy to deal with. And the thing is perfect. So there's a quick look at it, guys. Let me know what you think.